Banger after banger.
What's going on, guys? It's your boy Big Hero Chris back at you with another one. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe, leave me a thumbs up, ring the notification bell, hit me up on Twitter, TikTok, all those cool things, and I'm back at you with your AEW Dynamite review. And we gotta start this video off right, man. We gotta start with congratulations for for your new tag team champions, the Ass Boys. That's right. You've heard me correctly. Not playing a trick on you. You're hearing correctly. Your new tag team champions are the Guns, better known as the Ass Boys. They beat the Acclaim in a tag team titles match. And I predicted this last week. However, I did predict that there would be shenanigans involving Billy Gunn, maybe turning on the Acclaim, even though we've seen that before. That indeed was not the case. You had Billy Gunn who said he was going to stay in the back during this match. There was a ref bump. One of the Ass Boys knocked down the referee. They were planning on cheating by using the tag team titles to, cheat to win the tag team championships. And Billy Gunn came in, made the save. The Ass Boys attacked their father Ass, aka Daddy Ass, aka Billy Gunn. And through shenanigans, the Guns are new tag team champions. Yeah, man. Now, this could go either one or two ways. Of course, they claim they're going to get a rematch, whether that be on another episode of Dynamite or at Revolution. Who knows? Maybe the Guns get a nice title reign, and it leads to the return of FTR eventually getting their revenge, because the Guns and FTR have had beef in the past. And I've always felt like this was going to lead to like a tag team title match or some type of, beef between the Guns, aka the Ass Boys, and FTR. So who knows? We can't go wrong either way, I feel. But you never know with old AEW and old Tony Khan. So once again, congratulations to the Ass Boys, the new tag team champions. As for the rest of this show, as for the rest of Dynamite, this was a really good show. A lot of good wrestling was on this on this card. It started off with Konosuke Takeshita taking on MJF in a championship eliminator match. Of course, meaning if Takeshita was somehow able to get the win, he will get a championship match against MJF. MJF, even though he wrestles like once a year, he's on that Roman Reigns Undertaker schedule. MJF is in really good shape. Him and Takeshita had a really good match. The point of this was pretty much showing you that MJF is an ass. He cheats to win. He wins by any means necessary. But the dude can wrestle. He's a really good wrestler. Like, you look at this match, you look at the match MJF had against Wheeler Yuta. Of course, the Dog Cow match, one of my personal favorites, the match MJF had with Darby Allin. MJF, he's talented, man. He can go. He shows why he is that guy in AEW. He shows why he is the AEW champion. He shows that why he actually is one of the best wrestlers in the company. And for some reason, I was thinking that Takeshi would get the win somehow, but that wasn't the case. MJF ended up getting the win with Assault to the Earth, and this was a very MJF heavy show, right? Like, you had MJF all over the show. Normally on Dynamite, you'll see MJF once, maybe twice at the most, but MJF was all over the show. He cut a promo in the back after the match. I feel like MJF should be in jail for this. Of course, he's probably making some of this up. I don't know. And of course, this happened so long ago. If this indeed was a real situation, the statute of limitations are on MJF's side. So even if this did happen or not, MJF will not be facing any jail time. But he told a story about how he was in a car and was driving in his car with this girl named Liv, his high school crush named Liv. They were engaging in certain activities, and the car ended up hydroplaning, and he crashed. And MJF woke up. He heard the cops on the way to the scene, And what MJF did was he ended up switching places with his crush Liv. And the point of the story was it was him telling Bryan Danielson that he will do whatever it takes because he's that mean of a person. MJF is not a good person at all, character wise, and I'm pretty sure in real life MJF is not a good person. So yeah, man, I'm pretty sure MJF should be locked up for this. MJF should be doing jail time for what he just said. And then you have MJF come out once again because before Bryan Danielson's match with Roosh, she had Roosh come out to the ring. And then it cut to the back and showed Bryan Danielson in the back with Takeshita because after the MJF's match with Takeshita, he put the beats to him, beat him up, hit him with the Dynamite Diamond Ring, had him busted open. Bryan Danielson, of course, made the save. And then, like I was saying, you saw Bryan Danielson in the back with Takeshita, checking on him. And then you heard something at the door, like the door being barricaded or something going on. Apparently what happened was you had Jose the assistant staple gun the door shut. And then as this is happening, Roosh is in the ring. MJF comes out. He says, listen, Bryan Danielson can't come out. So you just count him out and give the win to Roosh. Because if Roosh wins, Bryan Danielson doesn't get his match against MJF at Revolution. Somehow, someway, Bryan Danielson knocked the door down. He shoulder tackled the door down on some John Cena type shit. Made his way to the ring. And then him and Roosh had a banger ass match. It was bloody, it was violent, it was awesome. Bryan Danielson gets the win with a Busaiku knee, securing his match with MJF. So it is official, MJF versus Bryan Danielson for the AEW Championship in an hour-long Iron Man match. That should be crazy, that should be awesome, that should be off the hook. Banger ass match incoming. So yeah, man, speaking of these gauntlet type matches, because of course, to get to MJF, Bryan Danielson had to go through so many dudes, like a little gauntlet of his own to get to MJF. At the same time, you have Ricky Starks taking on the Jericho Appreciation Society in a gauntlet match to fight Chris Jericho, even though he already beat Chris Jericho. But you know, it is what it is. Ricky Starks beat 2.0. He beat Matt Menard and Angelo Parker pretty quick fashion. And then you had Daniel Garcia come out, but it looked like he was going to wrestle Sammy Guevara, but it ended up being Daniel Garcia. And for the short time that they had, they actually had a pretty good match. Ricky Starks was on the outside, and then out of nowhere, this mystery dude in a mask hit the Judas effect, Chris Jericho's finishing maneuver, wink wink, nudge nudge, and knocked Ricky Starks out. So Ricky Starks gets back into the ring, and Daniel Garcia ends up beating him 1, 2, 3. So that means Ricky Starks does not get to get his hands on Chris Jericho again, even though again he already beat Chris Jericho. So it doesn't really make sense as to why he has to do this to face a man he already beat. But I don't know, like there's no real telling as to where this story goes. Whatever, okay. But going back to the Ricky Starks promo or the Ricky Starks segment, I'm pretty sure that they are gonna wrestle at Revolution. I don't know exactly how they get there. Again, I know I'm repeating myself a lot with this, but it doesn't make sense as to why Ricky Starks is going so hard to face a man he already beat. It should be the other way around, but whatever, man. It is what it is. Speaking of it is what it is, you had this segment, match, another eliminator match. The women actually wrestling before 9 o'clock, before the 9:30 segment, and I was legit happy about this. You had Jamie Hayter taking on the Bunny in an eliminator match. Pretty short match. You already knew Jamie Hayter was gonna win. There was no way she was gonna lose to the Bunny. But I mean, I was expecting something to happen during the match, or maybe even after the match, with Saraya and Toni Storm causing interference somehow, either attacking Jamie Hayter or Britt Baker or the Bunny. That wasn't the case. Jamie Hayter won in pretty quick fashion. She won with the Haterade. It cut to the back, and you saw Toni Storm and Saraya talking to Renee Paquette, I think, and they were just, healing it up. And they said that everyone in AEW is losers. The AEW women's division is losers. They brought in Leva Bates. I don't know when's the last time you've seen Leva Bates on AEW TV properly. Maybe she showed up on Rampage. I know she's been on all over the YouTube shows, but I don't know when's the last time you've seen her on Dynamite. Actually on Dynamite. They ended up beating up this poor girl, this poor librarian girl, and then spray painted the L on her back. I was kind of excited to see Jamie Hayter versus the Bunny, and it was an alright match. I was kind of excited to see where this whole feud with Saraya and Toni Storm taking on the AEW Originals is going. And I'm still willing to give it a chance, but I'm starting to lose interest already. I mean, maybe it'll pick up soon. Maybe they'll develop something more. Maybe this will take some type of direction. Maybe we'll get some type of match between Saraya and Toni Storm taking on Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter at Revolution. I don't know, but as of right now, I'm starting to not really care so much. And it sucks because it started off so promising and so good, you know, like this potential AEW Originals with the Outsiders, aka the WWE women. I mean, there's still hope for it to pick up some type of steam, but as of right now, I don't care too much. Samoa Joe once again is the king of television. He won the TNT Championship last week from Darby Allin. King of television. He said, "Listen, Wardlow, if you want smoke, I'm gonna make your life a living hell," or whatever. You know, Samoa Joe said it a lot better than I can ever say it, because Samoa Joe is so good with words, and he has a real cool voice. So you know his delivery is always on point. The Elite took on Top Flight and AR Fox for the Trios Tag Team titles. This was a really fun match. The Elite won. But yeah, man, this is one of those matches where I would definitely recommend that you go check this out. Overall, fun match. Other than that, I think I pretty much covered everything on the show. It was a real fun show. Like I said, very MJF heavy, very storyline driven. Wish they could have done a little bit more with the women. They had the match and then that one segment and then nothing else. Pretty good show, pretty solid show. Match-wise, one of the best Dynamites I've seen. As far as moving the storylines forward outside of the MJF Danielson storyline, it was alright. The Acclaim lost the tag team titles to the Ass Boys. They set up a whole bunch of stuff for Rampage this Friday. Mark Briscoe is going to be on Rampage, so I'm definitely going to check that out to see what Mark Briscoe has to say. One of the matches I kind of want to see is Mark Briscoe versus Jon Moxley, Tony Khan. So if you're watching my videos, which I know somebody from AEW is, I get a lot of copyright claims from AEW, so I know y'all are watching my stuff. Mark Briscoe versus Jon Moxley is right there. I mean, just do it, just one time for the one time, you know what I mean? But as far as this week's episode of Dynamite, it was a good show. It wasn't one of the best shows. Matches were good. My rating, honorary W. Could have been a little bit better, but you know, it had good matches, so I can't really complain too much. But with that being said, what did you guys think of this week's episode of Dynamite? Let me know in the comment section below. Of course, as always, like, comment, and subscribe. You guys take care of these. I'm out. Peace.